Hey, Fort Collins, this is Adam Eggleston, candidate for City Council District 2. This will be my final update for the council meeting on January 2nd, 2019. In this video, I will be discussing Keep Fort Collins Great sales tax sunset and potential renewal. For those who do not know, KFCG, or Keep Fort Collins Great sales tax was passed in 2009 and went into effect in January 2011. It was designed to expire or sunset in 2021. So the staff has spent about the last year or so working with council to develop options moving ahead, so we don't we're ahead of the sunset rather than trying to play catch up. They have taken a very large bucket of options and narrowed it down to two that they discussed last night. The first option that they discussed was taking that 0.85 sunsettable tax in KFCG and moving all of that into our base rate. Our base rate has not increased in 35 years. So the last increase we had was in 1983. And so we're at 2.25% now at a base rate. This would increase it to 3.1%. This will allow us to maintain the level of service that we have come to expect as citizens. And with putting it all into the base rate rather than a dedicated fund would allow a little bit more flexibility for this council, but also future councils, to move the percentage of funds around to better align with the city's priorities and needs at that particular time. So maybe moving more to police, or more to fire, or more to parks, or less, and just deciding on where the best utilization of the funds go. The second option discussed was to put only 0.6% into the base rate. So go from 2.25 to 2.85. What this would do would put the core services, which most people agree on is police, fire, and roads, into the general fund, or the base rate. This will allow, again, a little flexibility between those kind of three areas and more, based on where the citizens' needs and priorities are at any particular council time or budget time. That additional 0.25% would still be a dedicated tax that would be sunsettable and renewable, and that would go for a very specific area. The council is talking about possibly the transportation and social areas. So two potential areas. Now this option, comparative to just putting it all into the base, is a little bit more complicated. It will require two ballot questions, so two tax questions. It can come on the same ballot or future ballots, or one now and one later. It sounds like some of the council members would like to see this 0.6 put onto this April 2019 election, and that 0.25 dedicated to go to November 19 or November 2020 elections. This would allow for us to maintain our base rate and our core services, but also allow for more time to really determine on where the best areas to put the money is for the dedicated the taxes. So rather than having to rush and just put it into two buckets or three, maybe we can diversify that and put it into 4 or 5 different areas of the city, or keep it at 1 or keep it at 2. So that gives us some options and flexibilities. The city staff and council has been working on this for a while, but the next month will be a very quick-paced scenario. They had a work session on it last night, or at council on the 2nd. The next week it's public discussion input at a regular session, and then another work session, and then another regular session. So we'll see this come up every week for the next month, with the final opportunity to make sure it gets on the April ballot would be on the February 5th council meeting. So if they want it on in April, the decision on what direction they go in, either the 0.85 all of it into the base, or 0.6% into the base with an additional 0.25 as a different ballot item. Regardless, the council and staff is not talking about increasing our sales tax. This would be the same 0.85 we've been paying for a decade. It would just decide on how to continue it and where the best allocation of funds go. So we'll see how this goes over the next couple of weeks. It will be a lot of long discussions. I would encourage anyone to reach out to council if they have an opinion on this or want more information. As always, follow my links below for more information. You can always ask me for any questions or comments. My point of view is anything of that nature. I will stay on top of this over the next couple of weeks and give you updates weekly on this item. Thanks again for following my videos and for liking my videos. If you have any questions, again, reach out. My name is Adam Eggleston, candidate for City Council, District 2. Have a great afternoon, great evening, a great day.